The wound. The only thing more tragic than tragedy is the way we handle it. I'll say that again. The only thing more tragic than tragedy is the way that we handle it. I want you guys to look in a passage with me in Luke 9. In verse 23, he says, "If anyone will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." Verse 24 says, "For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it." I'm going to point out a little part in verse 24. In this passage, he says the word life twice. But the word life, like a lot of other scriptures, is the word bios, meaning physical, like your physical life. But in this passage, he uses a different Hebrew word, meaning psyche, and that means the soul. Now, why does he use the word soul? He's saying that whoever tries to save his soul is going to lose it. But whoever loses his life, his physical life, for his sake will save it, meaning his soul. Guys, a lot of times we go through hard things in life, and maybe you've gone through harder things than others around you. Maybe you haven't gone through too many hardships in life. Maybe right now you're in a hardship. I just want to encourage you to know that in my life, I've seen my family and I've seen close friends walk away from the Lord when they walked through hard times, but they didn't know how to handle certain situations. And I believe that they walked away from God because of two lies that they believed. The first lie they believed is that they believed God wasn't good. The second lie that a lot of these people believed is that God doesn't really care or love them. Now, they think this because they think, why would this happen to me? Why did he let that happen? Why was I made like this? All these thoughts come into our minds, and I know the enemy loves to toy with it and feed more lies for us to believe. Before you know it, you have a tornado of lies and false thoughts and doubts flying through your mind, and now you're walking down a path that maybe you shouldn't have been. But I want to tell you something and encourage you in this moment. Those lies aren't true. God does love and he does care for you. Yes, he cares for your neighbor. Yes, he cares for your friend or your family or your enemies. But he also cares for you. And just because you're going through a hard moment or a hard season of life, just because a really sad thing has happened, doesn't mean he's not good and doesn't mean he doesn't love you. God is good. We just live in a world that is broken because of the generational sins from each generation to another generation. Every day, every breath you have is a gift. You see, I want to further this point in another passage in Isaiah. And I hope this can encourage you because this is God speaking. He says, "Fear not, O Jacob, I have redeemed you. I have called you by name and you are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they will not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame will not consume you." It's Isaiah 43. Guys, I really want to focus on this because I want you to realize something. God doesn't say when you walk on top of the water. No, he doesn't say when you walk around the fire. No, he says when you pass through the waters, when you walk through the fire. You see, life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. And yes, I'm quoting Rocky. But aside from that, life really isn't sunshine and rainbows all the time. And God doesn't promise an easy road, but he does promise this, and that is he will be with you. Remember that today, and I hope that encourages you.